Hey, what's going on, conscious leader? Welcome to Heaven on Earth, the weekly forecast here on YouTube. This is where we look at the heavens, explore the heavens, and connect together to the Earth. We're looking to the position of the planets, the stars, tell you what's coming, the energy, and see how we can make decisions for the best of our health, wealth, love, and happiness, but most importantly for your spiritual growth. And so today, besides the astrological energy, I will be using these cards here to help you guide on your path. I like to use these Sacred Rebel cards, they're amazing. These decks, this deck helps you to get on your path of the Sacred Rebel, to be a rebel, to be yourself, to do what, your law of your heart inside of you tells you to do, but makes you kind of scared. Gives you some guidance with that. So we're going to use this as our intention for the week. And as you'll see, I've drawn them just before the show. Jesus fucking Christ, are they spot on or what? You gotta wait to the end of the show to check out what these cards were. And then I like to use angel therapy to get some guidance of the angels. So that's what we're going to do right here, right now, 29th of July until the 4th of August. Man, it is such a beautiful week. It's been a beautiful week. This is where you are full of energy. The sun is in Leo. Mars is in Leo. Your stamina, your energy is full on. And now, today, Sunday, as we're recording this, Venus came into Leo. This is sweet loving. This is passion. We have a Leo party going on, and that's energy, that's enthusiasm, that's full exposure from the heart. And if you're not doing that, if you're not able to do that, well, then it's time for you to tap into that energy. Then you're probably caught up in the Saturn-Pluto South Node in Capricorn, which is strain, which what you have to do then is to take care of yourself emotionally, nurture yourself, and you're probably over-reflecting on your emotional nature. But we are breaking free from that. Uranus and Taurus is helping us to break free from our body. Taurus is the earth, it's our physical senses, and Uranus is Father Sky, heaven. This is heaven on earth for 7 years. We're defining that, we're learning what that means, and it's understanding that your electricity, your heavenly body, your spirit, if you will, is here on earth, and that you are not a physical body, just a physical body. You are spirit, body and spirit, to not get identified. And that's where you might go wrong. Sun in Leo is energy, is pure potential, is giving, is freeing. And so this week, what's going on? Tomorrow, or at least Tuesday, we will be having the moon in Cancer, which is going to be a dark moon in Cancer. Now the moon is at home in Cancer, so we're kind of able to deal with that energy. But it will still be a dark moon over Mercury retrograde and on the North Node, which is these questions I would ask myself at that particular time on Tuesday and Wednesday and just the early stages of Thursday. This is where you ask yourself, where am I emotionally manipulating others? Where am I a crybaby, which is what Cancer does? And where am I codependent upon others? That's what's going on. Now, good news, Mercury stops going retrograde. But is it good news though? Because let's look at what's going on here. There's no other planet in Cancer except for the North Node. But let's face it, the North Node is not a planet. And opposing that energy is all that Pluto, Saturn. So Mercury is now like going tiptoe. Like, oh my God, I just hope that, Pluto and Saturn do not, notice that I'm here all alone. And it's like very sensitive and like, it's kind of scary. And what is Mercury? It's our mind. It's our thoughts. So with that dark moon going over that, it can get pretty funky. But why this is so important and why it's so important to ask yourself these questions is that when that new moon hits in Leo at 8 degrees of Leo at 5:53 in the morning, this is where you reset a new cycle for a whole year and a month where you live your pure potential. Because the sun, if you look at it in the sky, what does it do? It gives you hope, gives you energy, gives you warmth. That's what we are when there's a sun in Leo. It gives warmth. It gives pure potential. So the questions we ask ourselves, and by the way, I help you go through a full moon and a new moon ritual in my private Facebook group on Facebook, and I will put the link down below. And I help you ask the right questions. I give you a mantra and a meditation to deal with this energy. I go live and a Q&A every week. And what's more is I give weekly personal zodiac chart readings for your sign. All of that for just 20 euros a month. It's a no-brainer. Go out there anyway. So the number one question I would ask myself in that new moon in Leo is, seriously, am I having fun from the deepest of my heart? You know that you're doing the right thing when there's no strain, when you're just having fun. And it does not mean that fun is not hard work. It means that things flow. It means that there's energy flowing, that you create from the heart. And that is pure art. Heart art. Venus in Leo is pure art, baby. It creates because it comes from passion. It's full exposure. It's an open heart. And this is going to be really important that you cleanse out with that dark moon in Cancer, all the negative clutter, all the negative emotions. And that Mercury retrograde is going 1/2 an hour later than the new moon, and it stops going retrograde 30 minutes. Can you have a more you can't have a more precise cycle on that. Because from then on, it is done pretty much with reviewing what does it mean coming home to myself? What does it mean to nurture myself? How am I nurturing my relationships? And how am I nurturing myself? Where am I codependent? All of these questions I would ask myself on Wednesday, just before the new moon hits. And then you can, from a pure emotional basis, set your new moon intentions. Because that's the whole point of a full moon towards a new moon. Declutter so that you can set pure cleansing intentions. Really important, especially when you know that we are at the best time of the year in terms of astrologically speaking. Seriously, it is so much giving, because not only is Sun in Leo, Moon in Leo, Venus in Leo, and Mars in Leo. But there is this aspect then later on, like Mercury stops going retrograde, and that in of itself, there's some funkiness to that. I'll get to that. But we got to recognize Jupiter is in Sagittarius, and it's only going to be there for the next couple of months, and then it just goes into Capricorn, and all the energy is going to shift. So these are like the last couple of weeks we can really, really enjoy this energy. Now this Mercury goes, stops and then goes direct on Thursday at 6:15 in the morning. But this is where it's left alone in Cancer. And so while everybody's like having fun and Leo, you're doing what we love, we're just passionate, we're shining, we're giving, but there's this part within us that is like, holy shit. Mercury is all alone in Cancer, sensitive, and tiptoeing through Cancer, back, opposing Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn. Shit. So there's this kind of anxiety that might pop in, and like, oh my God, it's done here, and it's all alone. So we can feel alone for a sense too. But this is where you go fully expose your heart. And this is possible with Uranus at 6 degrees of Taurus, squaring 6 degrees of Leo, right in the middle between the new moon and Venus. So what does that mean? Right in the midst of your pure, loving, potential relationships and your emotional, power, and who you are at the core of your heart. Right there is buzzing energy. Right there is where you are exposing. That's where you're challenged. This is where you're feel the true self. This is where are you living your truth, expressing your truth? Where are you exposing yourself, able to expose yourself in relationships and in your pure heart? And Uranus is the father sky. Uranus is father sky. And it helps you ascend. It enlightens. Square to Sun, square to Venus. In relationships and with your self-image, holy shit. On Tuesday, Monday, that square is exact over to the Sun. And that's where you're challenged. Where your values, again, this is that Uranus and Taurus, what I said past week. If you don't support pesticides in your food, on your plants, you will fucking feel it, because it's not in your values anymore. But why are you living that? Why are you not doing something about it? It has to go. Declutter the heart, depurify. This is where you will be challenged. This is where any kind of values you have around relationships, your romance, your pure expression, where you are not matching your values, that's where you will be exposed, and that's where the masks will drop. Because I see Taurus as the physical body, right? And Leo is our energetic body, the heart. And so we cannot longer pretend anymore. And this is where, if you're connected with people that just you don't support the environment anymore, and everybody's just eating crap, and everybody is talking shit, you will feel it. And you will be challenged in that area for a long time. This is where you will know, where am I not expressing my truth. Where am I not my true self? Where am I not communicating the deepest in myself? And communication is not only words. What are you communicating beyond the words? That's what's going to be exposed. Big time. Now, this is about having fun. This is about playing. And the Taurus Leo axis is about pure enjoying, pure pleasure. This is a really good time to get what you want, people. This is get what you want in your relationships, get what you want in what you want. Of fun, of energy. This pure spirit. Leo is pure spirit. Do you want to ascend? Do you want to have that pure spirit? Or do you want to be like your head cut off? Anyway, this is important. The most important for the week. After that, Moon goes into Virgo. Really good. Why? Moon, trining, Uranus. So this Moon in Virgo is just like, the inner critic, and let's get down to work. And it can get like too like stubborn. But that Uranus aspect is able to bring out the best in you. And yes, it is challenging. And yes, it is annoying. And yes, we can get challenged. Especially with a square over to Jupiter, where it becomes too much, where you become too caught up in your inner critic, too caught up in your inner belief system, where you can get too much discerning, too much of everything. But this is where you put in the work. Put in the work of what? Put in the work of working on your true version of yourself. How does that look like? And this is easy. Health, wealth, love, happiness. Always think those 4 things. This is what Socrates taught us. There's 4 aspects in life. Health, wealth, love, and happiness, man. I think he said health, wealth, love. And Tai Lopez added happiness, but whatever. And to me, pure happiness is living from true spirit and surrender. Surrender to that love within you. To let it flow through you. And you can only do that if you have good health, if you have good wealth, and if you take care of your love. But we've been doing that in that Cancerian energy. That's why I say it's so important to take care of that Cancerian energy. Now, this is a lot of information. Yes, I've given you the questions to ask. Again, want to go in depth for your personal zodiac sign? Want to go in depth for the new moon intention you can set? Go to my private Facebook page. But for now, I just want to say, I've drawn these cards. And as I said, they're always on fucking point. Here. So what is the challenge for you this week? Sacred Fool. I mean, come on. Sacred Fool. What is that about? About being the fool. About the fool meaning people are, when you expose yourself and your hearts, people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're weird here. But this is where you're different and where you trust your heart and where you know. Because people will always be challenged by pure conditioning. They will think they know you better than who you are. If you feel, I want to be a life coach. I want to be a personal trainer. I want to set up my own business. People are going to be like, oh my God, why are you so fucking dangerous? Don't play it safe, man. But you're like, no, actually, this is my sacred fool. This is where I am my truest version. And sacred fool, a fool has what? Fun. What is this? It's a nar. Is it a NAR? I don't know how they call it. NAR in English? Yeah, I guess so. My camera lady here says yes. Thank you for that. But Sacred Fool, the NAR here, he has fun. He's like weird, but he doesn't fucking care about it. And you should neither. Leo is about pure heart expression. This is your challenge for this week, and you can do this. Now, how are you going to do this? This is a Dutch card, so you won't be able to read it. But it says, box of the gods. So, what does that mean? It means you ask your angels that guide you to help you in the following. All these questions I just asked over the show. Where am I emotionally manipulating? Where am I codependent? Where am I a crybaby? And your intentions for the new moon, which was, where can I have fun in my creation from the heart, art? You write that down, but first, before you do that, you go and find your box, your sacred box, your Sacred Fool box, a special box. Invest in it. What you invest in, that gives you power, because you've shown the universe, I value this. And Uranus and Taurus, it's going to help you ascend towards the heavens, towards a place that you cannot even imagine in this physical body, and especially not with a Mercury retrograde in freaking Cancer. Get your box, write down these questions, answer them, put in your intentions, and then ask your angels for help. Now, if you're too uncomfortable about angels, we can get that discussion further here in the comments. Do you believe in angels? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your take on that. So, Sacred Fool, Beatrice version, golden box. Write it down. Ask your angels for help. That's it for me. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Much love. See you next week, the Leo Mystic. Peace.